What did a crush do that made you immediately lose interest?
He would steal people's tips off the bar counter when we were at a bar together with friends. Then he would offer to buy me food with it. No thank you. Played hard to get. No thanks. If you're gonna ghost me for days at a time and then get pissed off when I don't respond in 0.5 seconds, then that's not my problem.
She told me that spanking her teenage daughter didn't work because it wasn't satisfying enough. Edit a bit of context. This was long ago, and far away, in a European country. The mother was a statuesque blonde divorcee, and the daughter was about 14, and headed for trouble. Corporal punishment was de rigueur at the time, both here and in Europe. I decided that the situation was hopeless, and knocked out of there ASAP. The daughter hated her mother, big surprise, and went on to get pregnant and force her mother to raise the child. I came back to the States and still consider myself lucky to have dodged that bullet.
A woman I was talking to was recently divorced and had moved back in with her parents. She already had a child and a couple pets and was talking about getting another pet, and her parents told her no. She chose to go ahead and get another pet anyhow, and basically her parents began pushing her out the door. And it was a stressful situation for her, and I suggested she talk to her folks. However, once she told me she was grown and made her own decisions and did not care about their rules, I suddenly understood and quickly lost interest. She told me her future plans to essentially become a gold digger like her mother. When I laughed it off, she couldn't see what I thought was so funny.
Cute girl in 9th grade, there was a party over at her house, out in the country. Had a big ol' crush on her. So she says they raised chinchillas. Okay, everyone wants to see the fuzzy critters. There were about 100 of them. The ammonia smell was unreal. So there's a platform with battery cables on it, and I asked what that was for. She said, "Here, I'll show you, have some ready to go anyway." She grabbed a little fuzzy critter, clamped the cables on it and threw the switch. Without missing a beat, killed that critter. It was bizarre that a teenage girl could electrocute an animal that easily. No more crush. I was actually afraid of her a little after that. It kind of sucked the life out of the party, to say the least.
Serious, what are some of the creepiest declassified documents made available to the public?
Attention! Serious, tag notice jokes, puns, and off-topic comments are not permitted in any comment, parent or child. Parent comments that aren't from the target group will be removed, along with the child replies. Report comments that violate these rules. Posts that have few relevant answers within the first hour, and posts that are not appropriate for the serious tag will be removed. Consider doing an ARMA request instead. Thanks for your cooperation and enjoy the discussion. I am a bot, and this action was performed automatically. Please contact the moderators of this subreddit if you have any questions or concerns. Operation Northwoods. Proposed false flag attacks against American civilians, targets carried out by the CIA and blamed on Cuba in 1962. Thankfully, JFK said fuck no and shut that shit down.
Operation Lack biological warfare testing done on U.S. cities. Principally, the operation involved spraying large areas with zinc cadmium sulfide, which is very toxic. Many who were affected died of cancer, and the testing was never followed up on. Most of the neighborhood's genetic makeup was fucked up for no reason, and no apologies were made.
Ted Kaczynski, the Unabomber, was subjected to grueling, degrading psychological experiments while he was an underage student at Harvard.
Anything involving Japan's Unit 731 during World War II. It was a military chemical and biological warfare division that experimented on POWs.
Project Pluto is pretty horrific. The proposed use for nuclear-powered ramjets would be to power a cruise missile, called SLAM, for supersonic low-altitude missile. In order to reach ramjet speed, it would be launched from the ground by a cluster of conventional rocket boosters. Once it reached cruising altitude and was far away from populated areas, the nuclear reactor would be made critical. Since nuclear power gave it almost unlimited range, the missile could cruise in circles over the ocean until ordered down to the deck for its supersonic dash to targets in the Soviet Union. The SLAM, as proposed, would carry a payload of many nuclear weapons to be dropped on multiple targets, making the cruise missile into an unmanned bomber. After delivering all its warheads, the missile could then spend weeks flying over populated areas at low altitudes, causing tremendous ground damage with its shock wave and fallout. When it finally lost enough power to fly, and crash-landed, the engine would have a good chance of spewing deadly radiation for months to come. Source: https://en.wikipedia.org/wiki/project_Pluto.
When is quantity better than quality?
Points in any match. Doesn't matter how you scored, a point's a point.
If you're an alcoholic, then probably booze.
Hair teas and bobby pins because you lose them anyway.
Spending time with your kids. Your kids don't care that you took them to France for 2 weeks, if you're not around the rest of the year. It's much more important to be present, and to be a part of their daily routines. Edit for clarification: when I say spending time, I mean interacting with them. Not just occupying the same room and being inattentive. Also, yes, I get it, if they spend all day beating you, then it's not great. I'd like to think I didn't have to be explicit about that.
Water when you're fighting a fire. Can't put out a burning building with a bottle of Fiji water. Edit, added water for clarity.
I'd rather have a buttload of crumpled $100 bills than one shiny new one. Edit, thanks for the silver, kind stranger. I never thought my silly joke would be seen at all, let alone top 18k likes.
Zerg Rush.
$I'll take 1 million even if they are in barely acceptable condition greater than _greater than.
Bees. When Oprah Winfrey gave away a bunch of bees on her show, it didn't matter if they were top quality or not. A bee is a bee.
When you have more troops than the enemy has bullets. Russian anthem increases. Edit, I'm making a joke about World War II, so please stop commenting about the Winter War and the White Death.
Guitar picks. It doesn't matter if you have a crappy hand-me-down one or a fancy collector's one, you're going to lose it one way or another.
A few years back, my mom ordered an Amazon Alexa from eBay. Rather than ordering it from Amazon like anyone else would've, she decided to be stubborn and order again when 2 weeks passed and no delivery. 2 weeks became a month, and at this point my mother had ordered about a dozen of these Alexas in chewies of one showing UO finally. This was in early March 2016. She eventually forgot about it. Then August 2017 happened. I walk downstairs in the morning to see her complaining about getting 17 knockoff Chinese Alexas that talk in a very unsettling voice. She tries to return them but has no success there, so finally giving into defeat, she gives them to me since no one else would want them. They really can't do much on their own, but once I discovered that they will repeat any phrase you tell them to, I would put them all within close vicinity, and this is where the fun began. I would say, Alexa, say Alexa, and then out them on full volume. After about 30 seconds the only audible noise within my household was a domino effect of knockoff Alexas reciting the command which triggered their surrounding comrades. I can also Bluetooth connect them to all play songs from my phone. They are not consistent with their timing, so the songs come out as the ungodforsaken sounds of Satan being butt-forked dry in a wind tunnel. I love my dysfunctional Alexas. All 17 of them. Edit, this is the first post I've ever made on Reddit. I feel famous right now, holy shit. Thanks y'all. If I find the Alexas my mom bought on eBay, I'll provide you all with a link. I really hope they still exist.